people are interested in a more plant-based or vegan diet. But unfortunately, people have lost the traditional skills of cooking. Instead of learning to cook the world's healthy traditions, they are instead enticed by the food industry and the wonderful creations of ultra-processed food, which leads us to the present era of the plant-based burger. An amazing creation, an amazing example of the worst kind of ultra-processed food that will not improve anybody's health, and how much better it is for the environment. That's a very good question. A bean burger is one of the most amazing, tasty, healthy creations that a person could decide to eat. Wonderful food. Instead, they've taken pea protein, largely, and extracted the protein, the fiber, the nutrients, the phytochemicals, all the things that are good about it, all the things that give it taste are all gone, and you're left with the protein. Now, why didn't they just eat the whole pea? That's the question, isn't it? Then there's no matrix upon which to create the burger. So what do we have? Methyl cellulose, very close to cardboard. So you can imagine yourself purchasing peas, then you go through a long process to take the protein out and then say, okay, now I've lost the fiber. Why don't I take some cardboard, grind that up, mix those two things together? And of course, it doesn't taste good or look very good. So we have to put maybe some coconut fat in there, because that's the latest trend, is to have coconut fat. Make sure we get our saturated fat intake up as high as possible. And then we have to put some flavorings in there, because there's no taste to it at that point, because there's nothing real. We have cardboard, pea protein, some flavors, and then we have to put some color in. And the latest trend is to get the taste of blood, because people in a burger love blood. The blood taste, heme iron, is what gives us a characteristic taste that people are used to. So they've actually managed to create plant-based heme molecules to mimic the taste of blood. So that's the latest trend. So we have protein isolated from everything else that's good for us. We have cardboard-like substances to give us a matrix. We have fake blood, flavorings, colorings, and somehow that's an advancement of human nutrition. What ultra-processed food is, in effect, is to take real food, ship it long distances, place it in factories to take it apart, and then once it's taken apart, then to put it back together. You think of the energy cost of all of that, the environmental cost potentially of the energy, the waste, and what have you. And so you're taking whole foods and you're dissecting them into their pieces, and then you recreate food from the pieces. So it can't be ultimately good for you, or it can't be good for the planet. But in fact, that's what most of the plant-based burgers are